Yo, what's going on, guys? We've got a game going on between Spino and Rain against some two randos. I was promised some pretty exciting action.
Before we start here, you sound like you're in a fishbowl.
What do you mean I sound like I'm in a fishbowl?
Means you sound like you're in a fishbowl, mate.
You sound fine.
Well, it might be on my end, but you don't really sound normal here.
Fucking it up, Rain. Anyway, the game's starting, and I guess we're gonna carry this out as a fish in a bowl. Gale sign's fine with me. It's probably on you, Rain.
I don't know, I'll have to mess with my audio settings. Sorry about that, people. So starting off here, we got Dirty Dustin and Comrade. Not actually Conrad as I believed it to be, but Comrade instead. Sorta like an ally, but not really, because there's no E.
Good luck having fun. No cheese, please.
I like the rhyme. Yeah, I added in the rhyme because I felt really lyrical at that moment. I figured I'd share my poetic sense with these people, with our comrade here. Expertise is a strong word. I don't think I would call myself an expert poet, but I am an expert in one field in particular, as we will see in this game demonstrated so clearly. We have Dirty Dustin here with the full wall barracks. That's actually 2 supply depot B4 barracks. Very solid build. What is an even more solid build coming out for me is Engineering Bay before barracks, but after gas. Now, this is generally something that you do when you want to play the quote long game unquote with your fast expand at the opponent's third. What is this? We had agreed beforehand at this game to go for a specific strategy, and that would be the 3-minute hive. The 3-minute hive is the follow-up from the 2-minute lair. It's a very strong build, very good to get the tech units out, and in addition to this, it also gives us the BM advantage because we can get Ultralisks much faster than our opponent, which will, in theory, psych out our opponent.
Everybody knows Ultralisk are pretty good.
Ultralisk are pretty good. They're also kind of intimidating looking. They got like spikes everywhere, and they're just like, generally not really fluffy things.
They're like
I would not want
skyscrapers. Big old fuckers. EU best server, to be honest. So you guys are playing on EU on this one, right?
That is correct. We decided earlier today that we would hit up the EU ladder because we had heard that there are some pretty decent people on the European server. These guys are actually high platinum on the EU server, around 3800 MMR. We got not to spoil the game, but I'd say our result is pretty clear to show that these guys do not deserve to be in high platinum in EU. Or perhaps they do. EU is an interesting place to be fair.
Oh man, the CC hype.
Yeah,
hype.
I was considering getting the high sec auto tracking here, but I figured it would delay my PF too much. I got the 2 SCVs here, ready to drop out. These SCVs are regular truants. They are not ready to be doing anything but repairing. These Marines actually decide to target the PF. He does not pull to deal with the PF, and he does not target down the SCV. This is very strong response. He possibly has not seen this build before. I would not be surprised if this build was a little bit foreign to him. Now, the PF is going to finish here. And because of the high-sec auto-tracking upgrade, the Ibkis cannon on the Planetary Fortress will have a grand total of 8 range. That's pretty good. Pretty good building. The follow-up command center is being morphed here at the low ground, ready to go in. Now, you may have heard somewhere, like Reddit or something, I don't know, that siege tanks are a pretty good counter to Planetary Fortresses. That is incorrect. In fact, it is completely the opposite. Planetary Fortresses are the complete hard counter to siege tanks, as Static D, in fact, beats every other unit composition in the game. Siege tanks are kind of decent because they're essentially Static D. but the true static D reigns supreme in this scenario, as we see so clearly demonstrated here. In fact, I am even building one of the strongest and most cost-effective attacking units in the game, SCVs, from this BF. Here I have entrapped the siege tank. It can no longer move down, and it can no longer move forward without going into the Planetary Fortress's range. Here we see Dirty Doosan has pulled his freebies to deal with my SCV pull to repair the Planetary Fortress. I'm researching building armor in the back, as Spino here has finally gotten his Greater Spire almost halfway north, and the follow-up push with this is Greater Spire Ultralisk. Now, generally with Ultralisks, you just get them out and then flap your fat Ultralisk donger onto the table right into their face against the Marines that they have. But they don't actually have Marines, so the fat Ultralisk donger will be quite lacking in the sense that it will not actually slam down onto the table so much as break the table, or perhaps there were no table to begin with. In the end, that metaphor was quite strange. I don't know why I went in that direction, but getting back to this game, we have a lot of PFs. Now, you might be thinking that my gas was wasted not being sent to Spino, but I am going for the Ghost follow-up with Nukes. Nukes is generally the follow-up to PF, as it is a great way to BM the opponent.
Broods are coming! The Brood is morphing.
Oh yes, Brood Lords are very good units. Very good. Ultralisk's also a pretty good unit. One Brood may be less good than two Broods, but still better than no Broods. However, it is as good as no Broods when it is not doing anything on the map. Now we see here that I am expanding in my opponent's base with my higher SCV count that I made in his base.
What does Spino got going on with all of this? Oh, Ultra, that's what.
Oh yeah, one base Ultralisk is a very solid build to be 100% with you. As you see so clearly demonstrated here, one Ultralisk Harass is a very strong deterrent to any sort of drones.
Oh, his opponent's trying to counter with mutas, because that is the appropriate answer.
Now, my opponent seems to not realize that Static D beats all units in the game. Mutas are actually a horrible idea at this venture. He does not know that it's a horrible idea, but Ghosts, Corruptors, and Missile Turrets are actually pretty good at killing Mutalisks. Once we see the Mutalisks here, I take my new main, and yes, this is my main, not my opponent's main. I take this main, and I create Missile Turrets in it. Seeing this, my opponent knows that the Static D is too much.
This game is too much.
Unfortunately, one Broodlord is hard countered by Mutalisks, in any amount. The proxy hatch, unfortunately, is cancelled by a timely arrival of unupgraded Zerglings and Mutalisks. And the further one Broodlord harass is also stopped by these Mutalisks. Unfortunately for him, purple is a stupid color, and it loses to blue, which is the best color. As we have the color advantage, it is quite easy to expand into my opponent's main and kill the rest of his base with my SCVs. As I had stated previously, SCVs are indeed the most cost-effective attacking unit in the game, barring, of course, Static D, such as these missile turrets. Now, my opponent does not seem to realize that Static D is indeed the best unit composition in the game, and will sack his Mutalisks to the Static D.
These are platinum players, correct?
High platinum, 3800 MMR.
Impressive, very impressive. All right, well that was a pretty fun game. I don't know how to feel about it. All right, well,
so that was the first of many in our great series of EU. Just EU. No further qualifier needed. Simply EU.
Not bad. Well, hey guys, if you like this video, please feel free to drop a like, and yeah, we'll see if we can get some more of this kind of content rolling out soon. See you guys later.
Ooh, cool.